If the Browns front office pulls the trigger on what's being whispered behind closed doors, nobody in the AFC is sleeping easy. Not Burrow, not Lamar, not even the Dawg Pound, who might not yet realize how massive this could be. There's a quiet, high-stakes negotiation in motion, one that's built on power, revenge, generational talent, and a very loud message to the rest of the league. 2025 isn't about patience, it's about domination. But why now? Why go this hard? And what does it say about how the Browns truly see this roster and what they still believe is missing? Take a step back and look closer. A pattern starts to emerge. The Browns are acting like a team that knows what it has, but also what it doesn't. And that's where the name Micah Parsons keeps popping up inside the walls of Berea. This defense is already, on paper, the most terrifying unit in the AFC. But on paper, it doesn't get you to a Lombardi. What the Browns are staring down now isn't just logical. It's historic. A shot to build something no other team in the league could match. Micah Parsons has requested a trade. Most of the NFL world shrugged it off, thinking it's just another move in Jerry Jones's endless soap opera. But this time feels different. Not just because of the open letter Parsons posted, a direct shot at the way Jones runs things, but because of the timing. It's August. Camp is rolling, and Parsons isn't on the field. Meanwhile, the Browns are watching. Quietly, calculating, patiently, and insiders according to people close to the organization with a very clear plan. If Jerry slips, they're going all in. And it actually makes a ton of sense. Start with their track record. The Browns have dealt with disgruntled stars before. Myles Garrett made waves publicly and got a mega extension to stay home. This isn't quite the same, though. Garrett still had years left on his deal. Parsons is in the final one, and he's furious. So much so that he won't even entertain extensions until his agent, David Mulugheta, is treated with respect. And guess what? Mulugheta has deep ties to Cleveland. He reps Deshaun Watson. He reps Mike Hull Jr., He's already tight with the Browns for an office. And that connection, it could be the key to unlocking the kind of trade that usually dies before it even begins. But there's more. A lot more. Informative. Cleveland hosts 2 first-round picks in 2026 now, thanks to the Travis Hunter deal with Jacksonville. They're not about to ship both for Parsons, but they've got the wiggle room to offer one and maybe toss in a rising young piece without gutting the future. Behind the scenes, names like Isaiah McGuire are surfacing. He's cheap, ascending, and has 2 years left. A natural steam fit for a Cowboys front that's desperate for depth. So why now? Because even without a locked-in quarterback, the Browns see something rare. A shot to build the defense so ferocious, the offense doesn't need to be great, just solid. If they find their guy, whether on this roster or with that second 2026 first-rounder, they'll be set. Until then, they'll punish teams with a unit that could feature Parsons, Garrett, Michael Jr., Mason Graham, and Malik Collins, all under Jim Schwartz, who runs a system designed to unleash chaos.
This isn't just strategy. It's an identity shift, and the AFC North is the perfect battleground. Burrow already has nightmares about Garrett. Now imagine Parsons flying in from the other side. And Lamar? All the speed in the world won't help when 2 freaks are blowing up your pocket with IQ and explosion. That kind of pressure doesn't just win games. It changes schedules. It redefines your franchise. But that's just the surface, because this isn't only about production. It's about making a statement, a response to what happened in 2024, a season where Cleveland showed flashes but couldn't sustain. The defense carried them, but the offense never caught up. Eventually, that imbalance took its toll. Trading Amari Cooper was the clearest sign, a message. Nobody's safe, not even the locker room leaders. And that's where another layer to the Parsons deal comes in, emotion. This is a guy who plays pissed off, who turns disrespect into fuel, who wants to kill quarterbacks, not just because he can, but because he's got a point to prove. That's the kind of mindset Myles Garrett respects, and that kind of fire defines a locker room. A vocal, emotional enforcer paired with a surgical technician. That could be the soul of the new Browns. Of course, one thing stands in the way: Jerry Jones. His history is easy to read. He thrives on chaos, loves the spotlight, but hates letting go. So yeah, chances are he caves and gives Parsons a deal, probably more than he's worth, just to keep control of the narrative. But if, by some twist, he opens the door, the Browns are perfectly positioned. They're in the AFC, so Dallas won't face them much. They've got cap space and picks. They've got a strong relationship with the agent. They've got a clear vision for Parsons' role. And most of all, they've got urgency, the kind most franchises can't sake. Because unlike other rebuilds, this one isn't built on hope. It's built on real pieces. A young, vicious, coordinated defense, a front office that for the first time in years actually looks like it knows what it's doing, and a coaching staff that's already proven it can get elite results from this defense, even when the offense stumbles. That's the real read here. Parsons is more valuable to the Browns than he is to the Cowboys. In Dallas, he's drama. In Cleveland, he's the missing link, the piece that turns fear into inevitability. Because if you pair Parsons and Garrett, everything shifts. The coverage, the mental state of the quarterback, the playbook, and most importantly, the culture. Maybe the Browns don't have their QB in the future yet. Maybe the O-line's still a few pieces short. But if they land Micah Parsons, the question isn't, can the offense hold up? It's, can anyone survive 4 quarters? And at that point, it won't matter who's under center. This isn't about now. It's about what comes next. If the Browns had the guts to move at the right time, they could tilt the entire AFC power balance. Micah Parsons isn't just a star. He's the turning point, a move that separates the teams waiting on the future from the ones who go out and take it. Maybe Jerry says no. Maybe not. But if Cleveland's ready for this move, there will be no more excuses, only consequences. And if this front office pulls the trigger, the Browns defense won't just be promising, it'll be inevitable.